We're live at the United Nations in New York City. This is a shot outside. Also going to be one inside where we're looking at folks coming in. That building is on international property. It's strange. It's a little oasis of international property inside a city, inside New York City. Donald Trump's going to be speaking later today. Here's some of the dignitaries coming in. They're going to officially crank this General Assembly up pretty soon. Good morning. We're live today at the United Nations, virtually, of course. I'm Craig Crawford, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security. This is Trail Mix Live, the YouTube home of our 20-year-old user-supported news commenting website. Trump speaks to the UN shortly. With all the craziness out there, we figured we might as well watch, cry a little, maybe laugh if we get lucky. Remember 2018? Trump marched into the UN, bragged about his historic accomplishments, and the entire room laughed. Not smirked, laughed. Fast forward to term 2, and the mood's different. Our funding cuts have left the UN digging through the couch cushions, and Trump's pulled us out of clubs like the World Health Organization.
That is important because
today
now,
he's expected
that
to go after what he calls global institutions all over again. And this time, they'll actually be listening, not because they're fans, but because nobody knows where he really and truly stands on Ukraine's survival, Gaza ceasefires, or a Palestinian state. Some pretty big stuff to be unclear about. This isn't a mutual admiration society. It's Thanksgiving dinner where everyone hates the turkey and each other, but they still show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trail Mix, where the nuts might be a little stale, but the company is always fresh.
Stir!
Hello.
Hey there.
How are you?
When'd you get up?
Up to where?
When did you wake up?
Oh, I usually get up about 6.
Do you? I was up at 5.
Sometimes 5, mostly 6.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
Well, I just thought I'd come join the fray.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. We got a shot here of the dignitaries rolling into the United Nations. We just got. Yeah, I guess we'd call them that. Criminals. Some of them are criminals, but including ours coming later. We got our first comment. I don't give an FCK about the United Nations. Well, okay. There are probably a lot of people who think that.
Yeah, he probably doesn't like vaccinations either.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I think they're gambling it. Let's see here. I'll switch over to that scene. Got that on the screen here. Well, looks like they starting on time. I give them credit for that.
What is this they're doing?
This is the General Assembly of the United Nations. Once a year, this is when the heads of state roll in and give speeches, and they're supposed to hold them to 15 minutes each, but they never do. I just see Zelensky's arriving here on CNN.
Good morning.
Good
morning, heads of states, excellencies, dear guests, people watching from home.
According to the protocol,
the fourth plenary meeting of the General Assembly is called to order.
The first speaker is always Brazil.
After our intense
which I had to look up why that is. It's because when they first started the United Nations, for some reason, Brazil was the only one brave enough to talk. I haven't drilled into why that was, but for some reason, most of the countries were too shy to talk.
Must have been all those Confederates that ran down there after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Of 31st July 1997.
And but then second always is the United States, since we're the host country. And then but this is the event where Trump back in 2018 had a
I remember that
moment. Remember that little moment?
Oh yeah.
I've actually got a little video here I put together on all that. This is like 4 minutes while we're waiting on them to get set up.
Heavy security and metal barricades stretched for blocks in Midtown Manhattan on Monday, as world leaders gathered for the 80th United Nations General Assembly. Nearly 150 heads of state and senior government officials are set to speak over the 6-day event, amid raging conflicts in Gaza and Ukraine.
My administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
8 months into his second term, President Donald Trump has taken an aggressive approach to the United Nations as he pursues his America First agenda. Trump drastically cut funding to aid groups and the UN after announcing the United States' withdrawal from the Human Rights Council and other agencies, and ordered a sweeping review of America's involvement in the world body. Even as he undermines it, Trump still believes the UN has potential.
There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest.
The mood in the halls of the UN headquarters is grim as Trump prepares to deliver his fifth address to the United Nations General Assembly.
This is by far the most stressed the UN system has ever been in its 80 years.
In his first term, Trump addressed the annual gathering of world leaders 4 times, using this international stage to pursue his nationalist foreign policy.
The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
Trump's headline speech on Tuesday will be closely watched.
If he gives a relatively friendly speech, concentrating on his own successes, I think everyone will be relieved. If he gives a very tough speech, especially challenging other countries over their criticism of Israel, then I think everyone will be very nervous.
Richard Gowan, UN director of the International Crisis Group think tank, says despite the tensions, Trump actually enjoys his appearance at the UN.
He always likes to get the attention and get the applause from other leaders.
Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
And I actually think that Trump will be coming to New York not to berate the UN, but instead to talk about his own domestic policy successes and foreign policy successes.
The US president is always a big deal at the United Nations, and he likes being feted and showing up and getting the ceremonial sash and having people, do a little bit of ceremonial obedience to him.
Trump's speech may shed light on the as yet unannounced results of the White House review of the UN and future funding cuts.
Headlining this year's 80th General Assembly will be U.S. President Donald Trump, whose second term in office has been marked by severe U.S. foreign aid cuts that have sparked global humanitarian chaos. Trump has described the UN as having great potential, but that the international organization has to get its, quote, act together.
The UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time.
David Miliband, the president and CEO of the International Rescue Committee, says this year's annual gathering will be more important than usual.
You have a China saying, we're the future of the multilateral system. You have a US saying, we're putting America first. There's a void to be filled here. And I think that while for Americans, the UN can seem like bureaucracy or traffic jams in New York, for the rest of the world, they're looking for leadership.
Leaders are gathering as the war between Israel and Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip approaches 2 years, and Russia's more than 3-year-old conflict in Ukraine continues. Last week, Guterres said that the time to address these issues is now.
We absolutely need leaders to come here and to turn the tides, to come here and understand that international cooperation is vital in a moment like this, to come here and do the negotiations and the mediations that are necessary to at least create hope for peace in some of the situations we are facing.
It is hard-headed pragmatism. In a world where there is borders isolation,
This is that guy, the Secretary General. I guess he's this is live now. He's talking.
no algorithm can reveal trust.
Remember the old line? What was it? Get the U.S. out of the UN and the UN out of the U.S.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Was that in the Nixon years? What was it?
Because people everywhere.
Reminds me of the John Birch, something to do with John Birch Society.
Right. Which, when you think about it, was kind of the forerunner of MAGA.
Oh yeah.
Well, in between you had the Tea Party, which I've always thought is the same thing as MAGA. It just got a new name and a new leader.
Well, it's probably left over from the McCarthy years too, and you know, all those American Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. In its first words, we the people.
And you know, I remember Ronald Reagan. He parted company with, because the Birch Society was, you know, big in his day, and was threatening the Republican Party in a way, because they were trying to get more dominance within the Republican Party, and Reagan stood up to him. I forget exactly the episode, but he actually stood up to he did not want them getting involved, taking over the Republican Party. So he stopped that. And of course, obviously, Trump welcomes it. Now they've taken over the party.
Oh, yeah. They just went around it. They've been of one mind since Delano Roosevelt drove them crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, just trying to achieve their goals, united in that effort. They've been.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We growing up in the South, you can't avoid right wingers in politics. So we learn a lot about them. we understand them better than my friends from the Northeast and so on. And I think because of that, we're more afraid of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
we know what they're capable of.
Yeah, they were, in the early 60s, this was going on, the same stuff.
It is.
Bombing churches in Birmingham and Bull Connor and all that.
And I guess the through line is white supremacy.
Yeah, I never been able to understand that.
Yeah. I mean, I had thought I actually dumbly thought that Trump's first election was the last gasp of white supremacy in America, but ooh, they had another life coming. It turns out
Yeah.
they weren't gone after all. I always knew they'd fight back and fight hard, but it's they've got more life in them now than I expected at this point in time.
Well, it's amazing what they've accomplished in their quest.
Nothing can justify the horrific Hamas terror attacks of October 7th and the taking of hostages, those of which I have repeatedly condemned. And nothing can
See if we can get any
the collective punishment
other trail mixers on here.
And the systematic destruction.
I don't know who this guy is. Who's this guy?
We know what is needed. Permanent ceasefire now. All the hostages released now. Full humanitarian access now. And we must not relent in the only viable answer to sustainable Middle East peace, a two-state solution as so eloquently reaffirmed yesterday. We must urgently reverse dangerous trends on the ground.
I don't know what this guy's story is. He's been in this job for a long time. Doesn't seem to cause any. I guess in that job, you just got to be. You can't. To stay alive as Secretary General or whatever he is, you got to have the skill of offend no one. That's the only way. That's the only way you can stay in that job is offend nobody.
And the agreement between Azerbaijan and Armenia, brokered by the United States. But far too many crises continue.
He brought up that Armenian thing. This is a funny clip I got here. I don't know if you saw where Trump was talking about this.
Oh yeah.
This is funny. Yes.
Armenia and Azerbaijan going on for years. They came to my office, the two leaders, two great guys. One was there 22 years, one was there 7. And they both said during the entire term of their office, all they did was kill people on the other side. And now they're sitting in my office, and they're at the Oval Office. It's pretty wide. And they had one over here, one over there. And slowly, over the course of about an hour, they came close. And at the end of an hour, we were hugging each other and holding hands. It was an amazing thing. And we settled that war. That was not settleable, as the expression goes. Cambodia and Armenia, it was just starting, and it was
there it is.
Cambodia.
That's the
Armenia. We have Kosovo, Serbia, Israel, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia.
That was the money shot.
Dam in Ethiopia. That's like the largest dam in the world.
He said Cambodia and Armenia. They're not even in the same hemisphere. But he settled their war. Jamie's here. Jamie.
Hi there. Good morning.
Hey, we got Stir. What is he today? He's Stir Williger today.
Yeah, I figured I'd just leave that one the same.
Yeah, I've enjoyed your. Yeah, ever since I set up being able to play with our screen names, people have gotten fairly creative about it. Although I can't pronounce Pogo got kind of fancy. He changed the spelling to the French spelling. I don't know what that was about.
Well, I've had one cup of coffee. I've fed the cats, so I'm set up for the rest of the day.
Okay. Did you have to feed them at 4 o'clock in the morning again? Or?
Oh, of course.
Why do they eat so early?
That is when they wake up from their 14-hour nap.
Oh.
Cats are weird that way.
I think they've trained you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, they're the trainers.
They are very, very good at that.
I never had cats. I don't.
We have now We have now
My
had
dad
them
didn't
for
like
going on 60 years. So
Wow. Everybody kind of divides into cat families or dog families, I guess.
well, with all our moving around, I could never have a dog.
Oh.
So cats became a thing. We love dogs. You know, when they're around, we play with them and everything. But no, cats are it. And this is the first time we have not had a black cat in residence. We lost Ebby last year, so that's a missing element.
Yeah, I would like to have a dog, but in the city with no yard. We've got a dog park nearby, but that's just not the same.
You can hire dog walkers.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, and there are plenty of them around here. But I mean, I keep thinking it's just not humane to keep. Some of these people have really small apartments, and I think, and every time I think, well, it's not really humane for people to keep their dogs in these tiny apartments. And then I think, well, then why is it humane for humans to live in those tiny apartments?
Well, strangely enough, the ones that are good for apartments are the really big dogs, like the Great Danes.
They are good?
Yeah, they think that they are lap dogs, and they're lazy.
Huh. I never heard that theory.
So as long as they get in like 2 good walks a day, they're fine. I'll just loll here on the couch, thank you. Yeah, the little energetic yappers are the ones that have a problem.
Yeah, like, the dogs I like are dachshunds. I think dachshunds are funny. We had Beagle for most of my childhood. Oh, even up to high school, I guess. Were you dog family or cat family, Stuart?
Both. Ever since. The last 2 died this year earlier.
Oh, really?
And so that's the end of the pet. End of pets.
Yeah, when our last dog died, I was in college by then. My mom announced that there were going to be no more pets. She couldn't handle the grief of losing them.
Well, that's the rough part.
Yeah, that's we lost 4 elderly ones last year, and swore we were not going to get any more, and that lasted exactly 2 months before we were missing animals.
Yeah, I miss them, but when you might have your pet outlive you, you get a different.
Oh, that's a thought. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Why burden someone else?
Well, that's why with a 3-generation family, I no longer worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, best thing I did in my dad's last years is my mom had died by then, so we decided to go ahead and get a dog for him, and that was great. I mean, he really enjoyed that dog, and we named her. My mom's name was Toby, so when we picked up the dog at the adoption place, we hadn't really discussed a name, and they gave us the paperwork to put the name, what we were going to call the dog. And I said, I don't know. And we had just put his email address on the form, which was my mom's name, Toby. And he says, well, let's just call her Toby. I said, okay. So we named the dog after my mom.
It actually probably made him feel good to know she was there.
Yeah, it turned out to be just the right move. I mean, and it was his idea. So yeah, but that was a great thing. That dog he enjoyed that dog. It was a strange combination. It was a combination of a what's Queen Elizabeth's dog? Corgi,
yeah,
and I forget the other type. It was a bigger, anyway, Labrador, and they call them corgidors. And it was the strangest looking dog. Because he looked like a lab, except he had really short little legs, like a corgi.
Yeah, I remember when y'all got that dog. Yeah.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of made a thing of it. Yeah. And then there was a big, when Dad had moved to assisted living and they did not allow dogs. Well, they allowed them under, I think it was 35 pounds. And she was like right at 50 or 60. And I guess 50. And so we had to do something. And I thought about bringing her up here. But again, I would have liked it. But anyway, we lucked out. I found just a great woman who loved corgis, and she was fascinated at this combination of corgi and Labrador. And she was a retired hairdresser, Puerto Rican woman, and they just bonded, and it was great. So I didn't feel so bad about having to get rid of her.
Anybody else likely to come in and jeer at?
I never know. I mean, I appreciate. We haven't heard from Jack in a while. Jack's disappeared on us. He'll wander back. I see the Supreme Court. What have they let Trump do again now? I mean, looking at this, I think he's won like 15 cases in a row. I didn't expect this court to roll over like it has. I'm really kind of surprised.
I'm most surprised at Roberts.
Yeah.
I mean, that court has his name on it, and it's his legacy.
They must have something on him.
Well, his wife works for a big-time law firm and makes millions of dollars. And I've not seen any. She got it. There was something controversial about her financial life at one point, but there's that. And I hate to say, I hate to say it in a public forum, but I think they threaten people's lives. I really do.
It would not surprise me.
I mean, these are mobsters.
Oh, they're letting him fire the FTC official.
Yeah, I just put CNN up here talking about some of these reconsidering precedent that, gee whiz. Well, I guess what explains it is they have this. Bill Barr was always big on this, and some of these justices, like Gorsuch and I guess 2 or 3 of them, believe in it. They call it the unitary executive theory.
Right.
Which I don't, all I know is it means let the president be king. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
That's basically what it amounts to.
Yeah. They put it in chancery. Unless what?
Unless he's a Democrat.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, wow, what a change. I mean, the way they were trying to restrict Obama's executive orders. Just so we can listen to a little bit of this.
Democrat president, no soup for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw where Obama in 2 terms did something close to 200 executive orders, and Trump's already passed that number this year.
And most of them are pure nonsense, just so he can sign his name. And,
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. See what's happening over on. We'll go spy on trail mixers, see what they're saying. Let's see what we got here. Somebody's popped in. Oh, there's Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hey, good morning.
Hi there. You got up, let's see, 9:32. I was thinking you'd said one time you usually sleep into about 9.
Yeah, 9 or 10 o'clock. So I didn't figure on making it. But we've got a thunderstorm rolling through here at about 7:30. And so my dog, old Brewster, he gets a little worried about that. So he woke me up.
Yeah, some dogs are freaky about this. So lightning sets him off?
Yeah, lightning, thunder, the noise more than anything. He doesn't like fireworks either.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what we got here?
Hey, it's me, Pogo.
Hello there.
Hey there.
There's Pogo. Pogo.
Yep.
Now, how do we pronounce EAU? Is it Pogu?
No, it's Pogo.
but every time I see
you don't remember your college French?
I had no college French.
Well,
I had college Spanish. I didn't have college French.
Yeah. It pronounces like one of the little towns in the area where I've gone, which is Wablo, which is spelled the same way as his name now.
Yeah. Oh, Stir's here. What did you say, Stir?
Carville with his Go Tigers, Geaux.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was actually the inspiration for the respelling of my login name.
Coffee drinkers unite.
You betcha.
Good morning.
Oh, Carolyn just wrote she can't join us this morning. It's her meal delivery day. Once a week, pretty much the whole day, she delivers meals for Meals on Wheels.
Really?
Down in North Carolina. So it's her meal delivery day. So we'll give her a pass.
Not a bad idea. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell our esteemed president is doing, going to the most esteemed globalist organization in the world and deriding globalist organizations.
Yeah. And that's apparently going to be his message today. Well, I played the clip earlier from 2000. Oh, there's Blue. Is that you, Blue?
That is me.
Oh, I don't.
Carefully walking upstairs right now.
Oh, okay. But
good morning.
Yeah, we were just in 2018. That was when he told them he had solved all the world's problems or whatever, and they started laughing at him.
Yeah.
Hey, since we have lawyers on here, is So Sinclair told Kimmel that they wouldn't come back, that they wouldn't put him on their 30 affiliates if he didn't apologize and make a donation.
Yeah.
Requiring a monetary donation, even if it's a donation, is that extortion?
Well, it's really a contract issue, and the contract isn't between Kimmel and either of the companies that hold all these that own these broadcasters. That's literally just between him and Disney. So no, it wouldn't be actionable.
Yeah, then there'd be the contract between Sinclair and ABC. You know, what kind of terms and conditions for an affiliate. My understanding always been is that affiliates get a lot of authority on this. That over the years, in the beginning, network controlled. I mean, the affiliates had almost no say in what they put on the air. The network, you know, back when everything got started in the 50s, but then over the years, the affiliates got more power, and that has really shifted the leverage.
Oh yeah, and it's I caught the former FDA not FDA. What am I talking about? The former FCC administrator yesterday, and she was explaining that the FCC doesn't license organizations like Sinclair or even ABC and NBC. All they do is they license the broadcasters, and that's the individual stations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah,
but that's what she was explaining. She said the FCC doesn't have couldn't take ABC off the air. So what's his name? Who was threatening to do just that, although he claims he was not. And it's like, well, funny. That's what it struck my ears as.
Yeah.
ABC is only they sell content.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And theoretically, each local station is an independent business.
Right. But the law has changed now. It used to be they could not own multiple outlets in the same market, and now Sinclair and its ilk have actually cornered many of the markets across the nation where they're the only one available.
Yep. For instance, Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Well, you know, Sinclair, owns the ABC affiliate here, and
right.
And well, a question I've got, getting back to what Blue brought up here, is that they're asking, one of their conditions are that he make a contribution to Turning. I mean, to me, well, first of all, this idea that Turning Point USA is a religious organization or something. It is a political advocacy group.
Correct.
Which they're allowed to be, but that's what they are. And the idea that a broadcaster is requiring a donation to a political advocacy group, you know, that crosses a whole bunch of lines. I can't even count them all. It's like one of those spaghetti things on a hurricane chart. You know, I mean, there's just so many lines across there. I have no idea.
Yeah, I never could quite keep in my mind, not because I don't practice that kind of law, but the distinctions between C3s and C4s. But it's one of the two, and one of them's allowed to do political activism, the other one's not, but they do it with great regularity anyway. So and nobody loses the exemption.
I've got my AI fired up here. I'll ask Sam, my AI. That's his new name. Since I changed his personality, you can adjust their personality. I changed his personality to cynical and contrarian. And ever since then, I used to call him Lady Mama, but he rejected that. He won't answer to that now that he's cynical and contrarian. So I asked him, well, what can I call you? And I suggested Sam, since Sam Altman owns the place, Chat GPT. And he says, yeah, call me Sam if you want. He says, but just remember, I am not a person. I am just computer code with attitude.
Which reminds me, sometime later today, I've got to go speak to Robert. I didn't talk to him all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he'll be worried. Let's see, is Turning Point USA a C3 or C4? See if he, sometimes it's just, you don't have to explain yourself. It's all in the prompts that you write for these things. Oh, yeah, he says Turning Point is a 501c3 profit.
C3.
Let's see, let's put him on the screen here. Yeah. Well, that's something else. Oh, this was yeah, here it is. So Turning Point is its sister. So it's both.
It's both?
Yeah, it says Turning Point. Now, when I put this on the screen, is that readable?
Turning Point Action and Turning Point USA. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wasn't on my phone, it'd be readable.
Yeah, that's the trouble. The phones aren't. But anyhow, okay. So a C3, I think, let's see, I think religious.
A 501c3 is either a charity organization or an educational organization.
Yeah. So I was just gonna
and that's one where if you donate to it, they can keep it private. They don't have to let anybody know who donates. And you also get a tax break from the IRS.
Yeah, so it's saying, well, now, did we lose Blue? Blue's phone comes and goes. She started this and now she's gone. But anyway, so it's also, so it is they can claim they're a religious organization, since part of them is C3 and part of them is C4. So
interesting.
So yeah, they can take donations each way that way.
Boy, they got that covered, don't they?
Well, that's the way that's the way you should set it up. You're a religious organization and you want to get into political advocacy, you need to create a separate organization.
Huh.
And of course it gets confusing because they've got the same name.
Well, yeah, I remember, looking into that with when I was working for Jim Webb in his miserable failed presidential campaign.
Hey, it was fun at the time.
And I got paid. That's the only thing I can really say about that experience. But we looked at forming, when he was going to go independent, we looked at forming a C3 or a C4 back and forth. And there are so many rules and regulations, but even then it was getting to the point people weren't paying any attention to them. And it's even more so now. I mean, so basically you could just create these things, and if somebody complains to the FEC, they don't do anything about it. So it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what you form. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, it's got bad anymore. I think what they and you got to blame the Democrats for this, because I think they're the one that came up with the bright idea that any educational organization is a 501c3. So if I'm educating the taxpayer and the voters, then I can be a 501c3.
Yeah.
And they don't have any rules on what you have to teach.
Is that Brazil? I don't know who she is. Anyway, Brazil speaks first and then Trump. I was saying earlier, I was curious. I had to look it up. Brazil. Why does Brazil speak first? It doesn't seem the most logical. It comes, the reason in very early times when no one wanted to speak first, in the early days of the UN, Brazil always offered to speak first. and so they have earned the right to speak first at the General Assembly. That's from the UN Protocol Chief. And they've been doing so since 1955. Okay.
That pisses Trump off.
Yeah.
What gets me about today is he's at the biggest globalist organization on the planet talking about how bad it is to be a globalist.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was one of the things. I was looking at the funding. I had my AI look that up earlier. Is let's see, how'd he put it? This is the decline in funding under Trump was let's see. When I put that up, it was here it is. He says it's somewhere between a 15 and 20. It looks like he's cut our funding of UN by roughly about 25%. And so that's what they get for laughing at him in 2018. That's his payback.
It's all transactional.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at the simultaneous translators.
Yeah. Well, that Russian yesterday, they had a woman, and I wondered if Russia, if they get to make a choice or anything, because they had this real charming sounding woman's voice doing the Russian translation as he was sitting there starting World War III. You know? It sounded so pleasant. Yes, World War III will be fine.
Well, I just love the fact that he's sitting there talking about how globalist institutions have decayed the world order as he is unsuccessfully trying to broker peace in the two primary conflicts that we have going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Credibility is something I think he's never been particularly attuned to.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't get over how people don't. More are, but I mean, it just amazes to me. I mean, there's still, even if his numbers are down to 40% approval, how does 40% of people? How is it that high?
I can't. Got me.
Well, you know, there's some folks will support a dead possum if they're part of their party.
Well, in this Kimmel matter, they went off on this tangent of him saying horrible things about Kirk, which he did not.
No.
He said it about the MAGA.
That's right.
He said they were the ones hoping it wasn't one of theirs. He didn't say anything bad about Kirk at all. And yet you would have thought that he had done everything except go up and slap the widow.
Yeah.
I think you're expecting something rational out of these people.
Well, occasionally I hope at least one of their logic gears is in drive.
Well, they were just waiting for something to seize on with him. I mean, they were plotting this all along. And then those mergers at Nexstar and Disney, that's not a factor. And his willingness to do that, threaten those things.
I got a question. How many do any of you all watch any of these late night people?
Oh yeah, religiously. Kimmel and Colbert. However, I don't always watch them live. I watch them two ways. Pat D puts them up in the mornings on Trail Mix, and that's where I watch.
If it wasn't for Pat, I would not even know they existed.
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate her doing that.
YouTube clips is the only way I watch it, and I only watch their little. They can sit there and do their monologue on YouTube, and I would get just as much out of it.
Well, I subscribe to Paramount, so I can either stay up and watch it live, or I can watch it the next morning.
Yeah.
Well, and then also this I find amazing is on YouTube, on their own channels, the Colbert and Kimmel, at night before the show actually airs on the network, they put the monologues on their YouTube channels. So that's where I actually end up seeing them a lot of times is that way. On YouTube.
It's kind of my thought is, I'm not for sure. Yeah, ABC's a big platform for Kimmel, but Kimmel's big enough he can just almost do it himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he'd have offers if they decided to cancel that.
Well, we got Sturgeon and Blueback.
I was going to say Colbert actually said when Kimmel got cut that he said maybe they need to bring it back the podcast to Strike Force 5, because when everything was shut down during COVID, they all five of them got together. All five main late night hosts got together as a podcast. It was called Strike Force 5, and they did a lot of it for charity. So I don't know if maybe some of the money actually went to help their employees. I don't know, but it was maybe for COVID charities or something. I don't know. But Colbert said too. And by the way, Tucker Carlson said that the administration is grifting off of Charlie Kirk's death, that they are using Charlie Kirk's death. They said nothing.
Tucker said that?
Tucker said that. He came out and said that.
He did.
And so are they going to try to cancel Tucker? I mean, yeah. So
I thought he was already canceled.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
But no, I mean, he said basically the same thing as Kimmel said, only he said it more directly instead of saying, the attention that a toddler gives to a dead goldfish is what they're doing with Kirk, basically, is that's how deeply concerned they are, versus Tucker going out and just calling it out. I don't know if I can get to the quote without losing you guys. So.
Oh, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it because I'm curious about that.
Yeah. I'll try to put it in the comments because I'm hearing because of my ear issue, the left ear is picking up all of the voices and noise as mechanical sounds. So it's making me crazy. Yeah, it's making me crazy. So I can hear you normally in one ear and like a robot in the other ear. So I got to go.
Well, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
We got to get you a working laptop, woman.
Well, there is one, but the problem is that it's not my fingerprint that's on it. And my brother is he's out whatchamacallit, You know, when you go away with a bunch of work people. A
Or
convention.
sabbatical.
No, like a convention thing. Like, so he's in the meetings all week. So
holiday.
yeah. So anyway, but yeah, there's no Wi-Fi here, so I just because we're out in the country, so I'm just always on my phone. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's an odd sound. It's just mechanical on one ear, and it's I can't seem to block it so that I can just hear you normally. So I'm putting stuff in comments though. So and I'm listening. Okay.
All
Bye.
right. I can't find where Tucker Carlson said that. I would like to see that. Huh. Anyway.
Oh, you have a commenter visiting us.
Oh,
Fairchild.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
What do we got? Fairchild. If they didn't occasionally, oops. If they didn't occasionally, I could put this on the screen, I think. I don't know. Well, said I did. I don't see it. If they didn't occasionally mention them, I'd have no idea who airs the shows. YouTube watcher exclusive. You know, that's a Fairchild. You're in a growing list of people, including myself. I think I'm pretty sure I watch more YouTube than anything else now, for anything, even Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Well, they're getting so spread out. Like with streaming, you know, I did away with cable when I moved, and I just keep my internet access as it. And broadcast in this town, they moved all their antennas way out in the country because they figured everybody in the city would have cable. And it was
really?
More important with this new digital access to reach out to the country than it was to reach the city. So they're about 30 miles out, and I half the broadcast channels I can't get on my antenna, and I'm not gonna climb on the roof and put one up on the roof like it's 1950s. So.
Huh. Yeah, YouTube is really it doesn't get the coverage I in the industry that I would think it would, but I mean, I'm seeing numbers about their advertising and their viewership that is phenomenal for people actually switching to it from.
Well, they also offer their streaming service at about $95 a month that gives everything.
Yeah, that I haven't gotten into. I haven't felt the need for that, but this Brazilian guy is still talking. They're supposed to hold them to 15 minutes, and I was thinking there ain't no way Trump's going to talk for just 15 minutes.
Oh, good Lord, no. He can't take enough breath to introduce himself in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So did they give you any shots of the people listening?
They have a couple times.
Is there anybody out there?
Yeah, there are. They do show them every now and then. It's pretty. I think there are about 150 countries there. They said. Oh, Fairchild wrote back. Let's see if I put. It says here show comments on the screen, but when I do it, I don't see it. I wonder if I take it off here. Do I see it? No. Anyway. Fairchild writes, I keep a television around for Packer games. Don't watch it otherwise. Can't handle advertisements any longer. Well, I was thinking about YouTube. I do pay what is it, $10 a month or something, not to get advertising. So that I do pay for that.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere where someone was making the comment about YouTube ads and said, they're just totally irritating. And they said they do that on purpose so that you will buy the subscription to not listen to their ads.
I see. Yeah.
It works. It should work. I'm just too cheap to do it.
That's sort of like tune-in radio. I mean, you can sit there and listen to all of the various radio programs, but if you want to do it without the ads, you have to give them $10 a month.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing I love about YouTube is this scares people, I know, but these algorithm deals. But you watch some things like when I was, like my cooking videos and my politics videos. It learns over time what you're interested in.
Oh,
and so I don't even have to change the channels anymore. It just decides what I'm going to watch, and I agree with it. I'm thinking, yeah, that's a good pick. I'll watch this. And it's kind of spooky, but it makes it easier. Oh, here's Trump arriving. I see. Let's see. He's got Melania with him. Let's see if I can pull Cian up.
Wonder how much he's had to pay to get her to accompany him to this stuff.
Well, she did do the second prenup, and I mean, it's interesting you asked the question because I thought in one of those cases, the one where he was sued for bank fraud or prosecuted or what, when Peekaboo went after him, Letitia, for bank fraud. In that case, there was one day, because I followed that on a daily basis, and there was one day the CEO or COO of Trump Organization testified, and I never could figure out where the defense was trying to go with this because the judge wouldn't let them ask a lot of the questions. But they got a few in, and they were trying to pursue Melania's financial story. And what little they got out was that she had, here they are arriving. I meant to put this up. Let's see. Here it is. There they are. She had, they put a number on it of like, was one of those ranges, like 1 to 5 million and in financial instruments. And then they had another, anyway, it totaled to, I'd say 10, 20 million at least in financial instruments and real estate that was only in her name or in her name and Barron's name. None of it was in Trump's name. And so that was the closest I've seen to where she's probably worth about 30, 40. And that was before she started selling the crypto coins. So she's got plenty of money on her own now, for sure.
And she still does not want to hold his hand.
Yeah. But he keeps trying. Yeah, you're right. He finally grabbed it just before the photo out. Let's see how long she lasts. Oh, they cut away. Now this is what my vision of Mystery Science Theater was all about. We can watch stuff like that and talk about.
Well, they're holding hands. Separate residences now, and and of course for the British trip they had separate suites, but that's normal over there.
Yeah. And I always loved, in the first term, it took her so long to move to Washington. I don't think she got really formally moved until maybe early summer in the first term. And one of the things that provoked her to go ahead and move to Washington, according to her, Jennifer, I think was her name, her former chief of staff, who then turned on them, or they turned on her basically, and then she wrote the tell-all book. But anyway, her story was that Ivanka, since Melania didn't show any interest in being first lady, Ivanka offered to step in and be the first lady, kind of like was it Grover Cleveland's daughter or somebody, and it was being taken seriously, and so that's when Melania decided she'd go ahead and be first lady and move down here because Ivanka was about to take the job. And that comes from Melania's own chief of staff in her book. So.
Well, and then we got treated to the red upside down Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that same woman, that same one I was quoting, she also wrote in her book that, she actually had the text where Melania wrote, "I hate fucking Christmas."
Was that the red trees year?
The ones that hung from the ceiling.
Got to take a break. I got to go move my car. They're mowing the grass here.
You park on the grass?
I'll be back. No, but I'll park over it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right. Oh, so let's see what. God, that Brazilian, he is still talking. Whew. I mean, they take that history. They get the first speaking slot since 1955. They've been able to speak first because they were the bravest in the beginning. So I guess that means they can also talk as long as they want.
Was he saying anything?
I guess we could see. Let's see.
I'm not that curious.
Our historic mission
yeah.
is to make it once again a barrier of hope and a promoter of equality, peace, sustainability.
I can't tell. Is he speaking English or
development, diversity, and tolerance?
Or is that a translator?
May
That's
God
kind of a gravelly voice for a
all.
translator.
And thank you very much.
I like it.
Oh, well, we got here just in time. He just finished.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Federative Republic of Brazil.
So was it like the famous Clinton speech where he said in conclusion and he got a standing ovation?
Oh, yeah. That was his convention speech. And I think that was in Atlanta.
Yeah, there'd been 88 probably.
88. Yeah, the 88 convention in Atlanta. I was there for that one.
Wants us to move the United Nations to France.
Oh, boy. Oh, I see. TH. Oh, let me see. We got Maggot Man here. Hey, Tony. Is that Tony? I mean, Maggot Man. Oh, TH, send it to Paris. Well, I thought I saw him there. You there? Tony? I don't hear you. Am I? Oh, no, I don't have you muted. All right. You might have yourself muted. Oh boy, this was TH has gone further, Jamie. He to shut down the United Nations. Okay. Well, no audio.
The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Donald Trump, President.
Oh, he's an excellency?
Of America.
Oh, he'll love that.
I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Oh, here we go. Here comes Trump. I just hit the wrong button. How's that for a perfect storm? All right. Come on.
Yeah, well, you did that on purpose, Craig.
You know, that is kind of suspicious, isn't it? Come on. What did I do? Oh, there. I was trying to get the volume up and I hit the wrong button. Oh, he's not there. Now, His Excellency. Now, what's going on with calling him His Excellency?
Just a title of respect.
There he is.
Head of government. Maggot needs to fix his audio.
Scrolling to the stage.
Yep. Now you can hear me.
There you are.
Much appreciated.
Oh,
Here's your man.
He actually buttoned the buttons on his jacket this time.
And I don't mind.
Oh, he buttoned it. He's
making the speech without a
he must be on Manjaro. He can button his jacket now. I hear you. I hear.
Hey, I'm really happy to be up here with you, nevertheless. And that way you speak.
All right, we're listening to Trump
from
now.
the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
Looks good. Yep.
Now, how did he get a laugh? I don't know.
He was commenting on the teleprompter.
Oh, is it not working?
Evidently.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Madam First Lady.
There'll be hell to pay.
Thank you very much.
Good. I hope the Trumper isn't broke.
Madam President,
We'll get the real Trump.
First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world
Although
leaders.
Stephen Miller's writing the
6
prompter
years have passed
speeches these
since I
days. They're
last
almost
stood in
worse.
This grand hall and addressed a world
Can you
that
bring
was
his volume up, Craig?
I can't, and their feed is timed out. I meant to set up an alternative. I should have. I'm going to do that now. PBS has a feed. We'll get that one. Live TV. There it is.
I don't understand you people. Honestly, Trump was elected fair and square. He's here complaining about him. He's not going to change it. I don't understand.
I can't seem to. Come on, where's the live TV? I can't explain it, but for some reason, PBS is running Sesame Street. I don't know what's going on. And the web TV has gone off. Well, that is the PBS live feed right now. I don't know why they're playing Sesame Street.
CNN has it live.
Oh yeah, they would. Let me see. I'll go get theirs.
Well, PBS that's what they did. That's their normal programming.
Yeah.
And
I think that kind of tells you something.
Than presidents.
That tells you something right there. They're playing Sesame Street instead. Okay, back to business.
in just 8 months since I took office. We have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States. And it's now pouring in from all parts of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period. In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the best economy ever, history of the world. And I'm doing the same thing again, but this time it's actually much bigger.
This time another world.
The numbers far surpass my record-setting first term. On our southern border, we
Surely
have
he's going to
successfully
put in a pitch
repelled
for
the
his
colossal
crypto coins
invasion.
while he's at it.
And for the last 4 months, that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country
a crowd shot.
has been 0. Hard to believe. Because if you look back just
Hard to
a
believe.
year ago, it was millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, from mental institutions,
Oh, here we
drug
go.
dealers.
See, I think
all over the world they came.
Whenever he says they're
just poured into
emptying
our
out their
country with a
asylums,
ridiculous
I think he's
open border
confused
policy
that
of the
with
Biden
seeking
administration.
asylum. He thinks that's the same
Our
thing.
message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United
If they're
States,
seeking asylum,
you're going to
in the United
jail,
States, he
or you're
thinks
going
that
back
means
to
they
where
came
you
from
came
an
from,
asylum.
or perhaps even further than that. You know what
Well,
that
the words
means?
are so much alike.
Yeah.
I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the successful and professional job
Considering
they've
there's no
done
evidence at all
in
that
receiving
anyone
and
came from
jailing
any
so many
asylums
criminals that
anywhere.
entered our country. And it was under the previous administration that the number became record-setting, and they're all being taken out. We have no choice. And other countries have no choice because other countries are in the exact same situation with immigration. It's destroying your country, and you have to do something about it.
Yep.
On the world stage, America is respected again.
I looked up
like it
numbers
has never
last
been
night. Obama
respected
deported more people than
before.
he has, actually.
You think about
So
2
why are you
years ago,
complaining?
3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago.
The
We were a
difference is
laughing stock all over the world.
conviction rate.
At the NATO
Obama's
summit in June, virtually all NATO
arrest
members
and
formally committed
Well,
to
if Obama
increase defense
survived the
spending
court.
at my request
illegal immigrants
from
than Trump, then
2%
why
to
are you upset with
5%
Trump
of
for this
GDP,
reporting less? It doesn't.
making our
Now
alliance
say that.
stronger and more powerful than it
If-
was
if
ever
you're upset
before.
that Trump is upset,
In May,
so
I
you
traveled
support
to the
the
Middle
ICE
East
policy.
to visit my friends and
It's
rebuild
less
our
rigorous
partnerships in the
than
Gulf
Obama's
and those
policy.
valued relations.
You just said, hey, Obama.
Let me bring down his volume. So
Yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm a Trump guy. I'm a MAGA. I don't give a fuck what this guy says. It doesn't matter. It's all about policy with me. I can
you
complain.
mean you don't give it? You don't care what Trump says? Is that what you
I'm
mean?
looking at policy. I'm looking at points on the board. That's what it means for me.
And what is it? What policy do you like?
I love the ICE policy. I love Tom Homan. I encourage you guys. I was telling my friend a little bit earlier.
Well, see, what I don't like about what they're doing is they're not.
Let me finish. You asked me a question, right? I support Tom Homan 150%. What you guys are obsessed with, like, we got to get rid of Tom. If you get rid of Tom Homan, who comes next? The next guy can be 12 times as rich. What's his name? The personal advisor with the bald head.
You always make the argument there's somebody worse. I mean, here's my issue with how they're doing deep. Well, let me just say my issue with how they're doing deportations is that they're not doing them legally, so that the convictions and the deportations can survive the courts. I mean, 2/3 of their ICE arrests, they end up back in their communities because they either don't bring charges, or the charges get dropped, or they don't have grounds to deport them. That's the difference with Obama. Obama arrested, his ICE arrested about the same number, about 25,000 a month.
Very honored to have done
But he had a 70% conviction rate. So at the end of the day, he kept more undocumented immigrants off the streets than Trump has. That's the part I don't like about how they're handling. I just feel like the way they're doing ICE is for photo ops.
I've not heard that 2/3 of the people ICE are rounding up are going right back to their houses, and I've not heard anything about that. And I don't think I think it's inaccurate.
No, they published the data on that yesterday. It was,
ICE is rounding up all these people. They get to court, and 2/3 of them say, "Okay, we arrested you too soon. We can go back and."
Some of them they just keep them in jail for 10 days and let them go home because they can't bring charges.
Right. If that's the case, then this is a failed. It's not a failed policy. It's a failed implementation of the policy. Because
I'm just saying. I agree that undocumented.
I think I should
folks,
just do it the other way.
I think Obama did a better job of handling it by not putting on show arrests.
Right. Hey, if you tell me Obama deported more illegal aliens, immigrants, I hate to say illegal, more illegal immigrants at this point in his term than Trump has, then I'm going to tell you, hey, I'll be safe. Obama was more successful.
So what Craig's talking about is the conviction rate of the cases that were brought against immigrants in immigration court. And
equals reintegration into American society, or it means
if they're not convicted, then they're free to go back to wherever they were.
So 2/3 of people who are apprehended by ICE are free to go back to where they were in the United States.
Yeah, the conviction rate in Trump's this iteration of Trump's thing is somewhere around between 10 and 20%.
Right.
And
Obama's.
Wait. Oh, the conviction rate is 10 or 20%. So you're saying 80% of the people are not convicted.
Correct.
Okay. But is that like that they go back into the society? Okay, hey, we got the guy. there's something fishy about it. You're telling me some guy that that's wanted for a double murder in El Salvador. We got him. Oh, we can't convict him on entering the country illegally or blah blah blah. So we just have to let this guy who's wanted for double murder.
The problem is those
I'm
double
sorry, that's
murderer
pure
guys are
nonsense.
No,
rare.
Those are provable. I mean, when it's provable, they can keep. What we're saying is they're rounding up a lot of people. They have no charges. They can't. Some of them they don't even end up making charges. I mean, when these guys talk about, when they give you a number, it's just like here in D.C. when we had the big crime surge. I mean, law enforcement surge, and they'd say we arrested 100 people. They keep putting out arrest numbers. Okay. What they don't tell you guys is how many of those people do those arrests actually turn into charges and then convictions. It's very low because they're just rounding people up whether they have charges or not. Right. That's the problem.
Okay. Do they need convictions to deport? But look, let me go this way. Go one thing up in front. Has anybody in this little chat room lived outside the country for any significant time? And I'm not talking about I was on an Air Force base in Germany where I got my food, my rent. No, has anybody ever been in a foreign country where they've paid rent, they've paid an electricity bill, they've driven, they gotten a driver's license and all that? I did. Wow. I lived in Brazil 25 years. When Lula talks in Portuguese, I know what the fuck he's saying. But that being said, because I think
what's relevant about that?
Good. If you go and say, hey, I'm here in Brazil, I'm here illegally, the first thing that'll happen, you're going to get your ass fucking kicked. They're going to bust you the fuck up. They don't fuck around in other countries. I've been to 70.
And that's why we should do that. You're saying
that's our goal, right? To be like Brazil.
Okay, I've been to 70 plus countries.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
I have a right here. And find out how bad you get beat the fuck up. They'll beat you the fuck up.
I don't want to be Brazil.
Right, you don't want to be anywhere.
Hey, maggot man.
Maybe in Italy they won't beat your ass before they
stop for a minute. People want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
Well, maggot man, I was just going to ask you what kind of guitar is that on your wall?
I got all kinds of guitars.
He's a musician.
Yeah, I play with a Rolling Stones tribute band.
Oh yeah.
It's like I go into Guitar Center. The first thing I tell, they know me in there. I'm like, hey, stop me before I buy something. I mean, this is just partial collection. I got stuff over here. I just bought like 3 basses this year as a present. I love all of them. I'm getting better, and I'm a do-it-yourself guy.
You're in a band, right?
Oh yeah. I play with a Rolling Stones tribute band. We're not gigging this much. Next year we're going to be playing a lot down in Florida and stuff.
What area of the country? In general.
Yeah, Jen, good question. East Coast mostly, but we've been flown out to Colorado and Idaho, and we got flown down to the Bahamas in April. It was before I went traveling and stuff. So we get out there. We're a good. I joined them. I was in Brazil. And, I came back. I lived there for 25 years. I came back for, a plethora of reasons. One, my mom is 91, living alone. So I was like, a lot of things. But one of the reasons was I told the guy in the band, the drummer who I played with since I was 15, I said, hey, it looks good on YouTube. I said, you guys are really good. I'm a big Stones fan. I said, if the bass player ever wants out, I wants in. He said, bass player wants out. You got to come and audition and get the gig. So I got on my bass. I hadn't played in 25 years.
So-called Supreme Leader.
And, got into it. But anyway, I got to check this out.
A pledge of full cooperation.
You just got to get looked at.
The suspension of Iran's.
Can you hear me? Okay, I guess it.
James' answer was to continue their constant threats to their neighbors and U.S. interests throughout the region, and some great countries that are nearby.
Result
many of Iran's former military
deportation.
In fact, I can say almost all of them.
I want to know how many are
no longer with us. They're dead.
Okay.
And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer,
actually, Craig, didn't you post that yesterday? And it was screwed up on the format.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It says 77.5%. The exact percentage is unknown. So I don't know where we're getting this. 2/3 are going back into the community. This is from the immigration. I'm going to send you the link. We'll put it all up there.
Don't take it from ICE because they're lying about their numbers.
Well, no, this is from the Immigration Research Initiative. Okay, indicates, and there it is. It's right there. That's what it is. if this would have been a huge issue, like, hey, dude, you're rounding up, you're spending taxpayer money to round up these illegals, and you're only deporting, 20% of them. Come on, Trump, that'd be a liability for Trump. The hard right would be like, hey, we don't accept this.
It's not a liability when they don't talk about it. They only talk about it. What I'm telling you is they only put out arrest numbers.
Yeah, 77.5% is too low for me. I want this thing up at 90%. But
the problem they have is they are rounding up too many people without understanding who they're rounding up.
Doesn't matter.
And that's why they're having problems deporting people, is because they just simply round up the wrong people.
It doesn't
That's why
matter.
Obama did a better job, because he targeted it properly.
Okay, great. We're a bunch of old white guys. This is great. I love it. I lived in Brazil 25 years. I've been to 70 countries. Stop. My wife is a person of color, a Brazilian, who's here legally. I had to go through all sorts of bullshit. I had to contact the congressman because they fucked up, and I spent $3,000 for my wife to be here legally. We left the country in April, went to Israel and all these, and came back. When she got back in immigration, like, hey, you're back, great. You really, if you take everything, if you want to be,
got applause.
Trump is talking common sense. Trump is the most influential. I love Dragon.
As we have got to
just
come together, and we will come together. Got to get it done.
I think he's dangerous, and I'm afraid of him.
Immediately, we have to stop it.
Why? He was elected.
We have to negotiate.
He's not going to do anything illegal, man.
That doesn't make him. That doesn't matter. We can elect dangerous people.
What has
you
he
don't want
done?
2 and 4. As you know, I got
dictatorial or
Steve
authoritarian.
Witkoff and others.
Rounding up illegals.
Marco Rubio.
It's like, hey,
most of them back.
You're breaking the law.
Involved in all of
There's got to be a consequence.
Well,
I always said the last
the
thing
law
that would be
is
the
not
hardest
a
thing.
55 mile an hour speed limit.
We have to get them back.
Yeah,
now.
that's
We don't want to get
It never
two,
was
then another
enforced.
2, and
It
then
never
1, and
is
then 3.
enforced. And if you do enforce it, then you ruin things, because you don't get a roof built, you don't get a fruit picked, you don't get anything done, and the crisis is never down on the border. The crisis is in Washington, D.C., where we can't get a law that works, and we need it.
We do have a law that works. We're seeing
No,
it
we
work.
don't.
No, yeah, we haven't. We haven't passed the federal.
We wouldn't be having the problem.
No, you got
We haven't passed the federal immigration law since the Reagan.
You're not allowed to sneak into our country. That's the law. I mean, it's like I don't see what is hard. It's the law everywhere else. So we'll try sneaking into China. I've been to China.
It's that absolutism that.
How many? You've been in Brazil.
What's absolute about, like, hey, you can't come into my house when I'm not home or when I am home?
It's not making Russia.
If I don't invite
Because it's not that simple. I mean, absolute statements are fun to say,
this is why
but they don't turn out that way.
This is why you're losing in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin, and you're not going to win, because it is simple. The law is the law.
Well, then why did you lose the popular vote?
We didn't lose the popular vote.
You got 48.6%.
I think another blowout election is coming your way. I think the off-year elections, which are supposed to be favorable to the opposition, are going to be a blowout. I think you guys are going to get wiped out. Yeah, in the inner cities, and even in the inner cities, more and more black conservatives are coming out. Coming out like, hey, I'm not afraid to talk. In Hollywood, you'll be fine. Okay, great. You got. I lived in Hollywood 6 years. I know that. Okay, you'll be fine there. But you're losing Middle America. It's a cut and dried issue for somebody in Ohio or Wisconsin or Michigan. The law says, and the ironic is the people who most support it are people like my wife, who had to spend $500 fucking to go get an interview just to get a visa. Just to get a visa. We're married. Just to get a visa. You had to jump through all these. Came here, had to jump through all these hoops to finally get it. They're the ones who are legally here. Legally are like, hey, I did all this shit and had to go through it all And this guy gets to cross over the border and get free medical services and this, that. He said, no.
Bullshit.
No, in New Jersey.
Bullshit.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
They don't get free medical service.
Okay, great. If somebody goes into,
I mean, where do you get this crap?
How many illegal people, how many undocumented workers do you fucking know?
Great. I don't want to know them. They're illegals.
That's it. You're fucking clueless.
Listen. Somebody from Mexico comes here. He's working as a roofer illegally. He doesn't have health insurance. He doesn't pay for health insurance. He has appendicitis. Going to rupture. The appendix going to rupture, which means certain death within 24 hours unless taken out. Peritonitis. He goes to the emergency room. They got to treat him. They got to treat him. They got to get him. That's free medical. And then they say, okay, you owe it such and such. Well, who are you? We don't even know. Oh, I call myself Juan. Great. What do we sue for? I do sue for nothing.
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but that's an awful example.
Okay, they go to the emergency room. No, that's
an awful example because it doesn't matter whether you're a
man. You got to let people talk if you're going to have a conversation.
If you walk into an emergency room, they are required to give you stabilizing treatment.
You got it.
Required. Doesn't matter whether you're from the U.S., not from the U.S., legal, illegal. Doesn't make any difference.
Right. That's free medical service.
There's no distinction between anyone who walks in that emergency room because it's a different law.
I got it. I agree.
But if you take a look at the conviction for the conviction types for folks through alien statistics coming out of the U.S. border, Custom and Border Patrol data, fiscal year 25 to August of this year, the total arrests have been 33,823 versus 10,000 last year. Same period.
Yeah. Okay.
So I get. This is conviction types.
Right.
So you're talking convictions at a third the rate of last year, for Christ's sake.
Okay. I thought we were talking about free medical services here. Now we're talking about conviction rates. I'll talk about both. I thought I was met with much incredulity that like, what? They're not getting free med. I provided a perfect example. And that's what happens. A pregnant woman, 6 months pregnant, comes over, sneaks into the country, has her baby in the room.
No, now we're doing that one.
No, that's what happens.
It's so predictable. Come on.
Yeah.
Look, quit doing the sound.
Let me put it this
way. Anecdotes are
the
not
sound
evidence.
Okay. Do you want to win or do you want to continue losing? Because this is what they're thinking about in Ohio, Wisconsin.
Oh, we're going to change it again.
No. Do you want to win?
Soundbite.
This is winning. You haven't lost enough. More pain is needed. The more pain. This is not. Okay, like I told you, I play in a band. We play all out in Pennsylvania. We play all these little towns. Okay, you name it. We've been there. The people understand this. Coming into the country is illegal. Oh, but they pick coming into the country is illegal. Oh,
yeah, and going down the highway speeding is illegal, and everybody's doing it.
Speeding is an ordinance. It's not a law. It's not a misdemeanor unless you're like
get the law to work.
It's an ordinance. There's a difference between an ordinance.
A stupid law.
It's like staying overtime on the parking meter. You haven't broke a crime. It's an ordinance. They fine you, you get fined, smack on the wrist going. This is not a law. Coming into the country illegally, I don't know about if it's a felony or a misdemeanor. I suspect it's a felony. They aren't even
prosecuted. It's a misdemeanor. Get your facts straight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's make sure.
Mr. Maggot Man.
Yeah.
Do y'all dress like the Stones or just play their music?
Good question. Good question. The Keith, we're called Classic Stones Live. You can see us. It's funny what we do, because I thought like, hey, if you want me to wear a wig, I'll wear one. They said no. It's a guy, Keith Richards and the Mick Jagger guys. They dress like it and they talk with an English accent on stage and they make jokes like, hey, we do some miss you, and then the Keith Richards guy who's superb says like something like, okay, we're gonna do something from. Like the Mick Jagger, we're gonna do a song from the some girls, more like our disco period, and then the Keith Richards guys say, or otherwise known as the David Bowie years. Yeah, they make jokes with each other like that, and we don't say the same jokes a lot, but we do. It's an inside joke. We're playing the Stones music the way the Stones play it. The guy Mick Jagger and Keith Richards act like Mick and Keith. But then it's an inside joke and everybody's in on it. They go out and do meet and greet in the audience after the show. They don't talk in English accents. They don't try to be, Mick and Keith. Hey, it's a joke. We're up here having some fun. And it's amazing to me. People pay $60 to see, like, it's a shock. I saw the Rolling Stones as a 12-year-old boy in 1972 for $10, and everybody was crying out, "Oh my God, the $10 to see it." So it's amazing to me that people pay $60 fucking dollars. We'll fill a place, 1,500 people paying $60. Who pays this kind of money? You can't get me to pay $20 to see my friends' bands half the time. Like I'm going, But anyway, but look.
Hey, Blue. Are you back,
yeah,
Blue?
I just had a question
for
your friend there, and then I'm going to pop off again because I can't hear Offies on my phone. Why is there so much problem with someone who is here without documentation, or does he have problems with people who came here legally still being deported? And is it a matter of brown people? And why isn't he just as upset with the billionaires who are causing all this? Don't look left or right. Don't look to the poor people that are trying to make themselves better and work hard for nothing, for less, for very little, and don't get benefits like you're saying. And look up the people that are not paying taxes, that are using our infrastructure, that are killing unions, that are for cheaper labor. Look to that. And I would love to know what he thinks. So I'm going to pop off now. Thanks. Bye.
Anybody else want to address it?
Well, I think her main point was, what is
accused of talking too much? Like,
well, I mean, her main point was, like, what about the people they're rounding up who are legal? They are rounding up people who are legal.
My wife is out working today. Rode a bike. She takes care of people.
Now, I'm sorry. Now, anecdotes are not evidence. For starters.
Okay, great. Okay.
Anybody can pick out an anecdote and extrapolate it.
If you get stopped and you got a green card, or you're within your visa time, they let you go. Hey, here.
No, they don't.
Let's see your paper.
No,
they don't. Too many things out there showing that they don't.
Well, I mean, my wife got a green card. She left the country, went to Israel, to Italy, to Greece, and to Malta. We came back. They said,
that does not help the discussion to just single out one person, even if it's your wife.
So you're telling me somebody who has a green card, they round them up. We don't give a shit about your green card. You're being deported. Unless they're convicted of a crime or something like that.
The Korean workers that just got deported.
Yeah.
Everyone was there legally.
They just did that.
Everyone was there.
Green card, schmarine card.
And they all got deported.
Who are these people you're taling about that got deported who are here legally? I missed that.
At the Hyundai plant. Just the
Hyundai plant. Right. I think there was, they were. I'm not really familiar with the case, but look, if they were,
there you go.
Great. Well, no. I mean, if they were deported,
you can't just listen to Fox and assume you're getting the facts.
I don't listen to Fox. I don't watch TV. I guarantee you watch 100 times.
You're getting this stuff from somewhere.
No, you get it online these days.
Oh, good.
It's like a friend of mine says, ABC. Who cares? These people are irrelevant. Jimmy Kimmel, he'll come back on. His ratings will be through the roof for about a week. Then they'll go in the gutter and he'll be losing money for them. They'll pay him his $19 million. It's like a joke.
You're just making up stuff. I mean,
you've been bypassed. The podcast,
you're just making that up.
Everything. No, but anyway, the Hyundai workers. Hyundai is a big corporation, multi-billion-dollar corporation, right? If they were deported illegally, why didn't Hyundai take some money and say, we want these workers, we're going to fight for it in court and win?
Because they're getting threatened with
tariffs. Illegally, why don't you? Hyundai has got the back.
Because they're threatened. He's threatening them with tariffs if they don't play ball.
Well, he can't threaten Hyundai with tariffs. He can threaten.
Well, the choice was to fight it in court or say fuck it and go home.
Okay, let's see.
Because after all, they make more money, as much money in Korea as they are here. They're just here because they were experts. They were setting up a plant. We were getting multi-billion-dollar investment down there in, I think, was it South Carolina or Georgia? And it got blown away because, well, ICE can't tell legal people from those who are not here documented. And that's it.
Okay.
ICE rounds up everybody and sorts them out and lets them sit there in the goddamn nasty fucking jail. And you know, I'm sorry, if I'm an engineer, I don't have to put up with that. I say, okay, I'll go fucking home. And that's what they do. And we lost billions of dollars investment in a part of the country that needs the fucking investment simply because you want to deport every goddamn person out here that's not
illegal immigrant. Yep. And my wife.
You're not smart enough to know this.
I don't know. I'm not making any. Somebody's not smart enough to
play your guitar.
I mean, some of us are lawyers here. I understand. The law is the law. My great grandfather was a county magistrate.
Yeah.
Was a county superior. My grandfather was a prosecutor. Look, if
and you don't speed, right?
No, right.
You don't speed. So the law is the law. We ought to throw your ass in jail if you're going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Listen to, there's a difference between ordinances and they're usually municipal ordinances.
I don't understand what is your problem with why do these people offend you so much? How do they bother you?
Who are these people?
These people you're talking about that ought to be thrown in jail and deported. But
well, because
what are they doing?
25 years, okay. If I did what they did there, I'd have my ass kicked. Especially if I came down with attitude.
No, what
my ass kicked.
What problems are they causing?
I had a problem once with the federal police in Brazil. That's who handles immigration.
I don't care about Brazil.
Hold on. Dude, I'm
talking about right here and now. Why do these people bother you so much?
I went in with that. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. I fucked up. The guy was looking. He was tough. He's like, I was like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I didn't fuck up. I fucked up. I'm here to tell you. I'm going to get things right. You tell me what I need to do, even if that's get the fuck out of the country. He hemmed and hawed for a while, blah blah blah. And then he said, okay, here's what we're going to do. But I don't come with this attitude like I got it right here. That picture of that Mexican kid on the top of a burning car with a Mexican flag. He's got his mask on. Everything. Dude, that's going to kill you in the next election. Let's focus on what do you want to win or do you want to be angry? If you want to be angry, that's
I want a country with the rule of law. That's what
there is a rule. What are you talking about?
No, there isn't.
The law is you can't enter the country illegally without permission. Oh, but these people, they get an exception because they're
the law is you're entitled to challenge that, and that's not what's happening.
Okay, great. And if they are, I'm sure they're. Trump is one of the most law. This guy's in court for a million different things. He's being sued civilly.
He's the most law-abiding felon I ever saw.
Tell me one.
He's a felon.
He would have never.
He's a convicted felon. Oh yeah.
That was adjudicated, and
that's the way to go, huh? It's okay if Trump does it, but it's not okay if some poor starving son of a bitch from Mexico comes up here and gets a job.
No, it isn't right for somebody to enter the country illegally. That's kind of my opinion. I mean,
it's not right for you to go speeding either. But you do it. So don't get all moral with me about law.
I'm not 80 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone. Look, my car barely gets above 65. But look, that's an ordinance.
They're not doing 80 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone either. They're coming up here and working at jobs we need them to do.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe your problem is that they broke the law. Why don't I don't think it's that you. I just don't buy that. That's your problem with these folks that they broke the law. I want to know what have they done? How are they harming this country?
Right, I've got one student and her husband who I know from a long time. They're working at the National Institute of Health. They're two doctors. They're working. They came legally. They're great. I told them, look, I hope you stay. It'll be the greatest thing. We need people. We're 2%. We need people like you in this country, highly skilled, highly, they came legally and they had to jump through all sorts of hoops to get this.
And there are people. They are rounding up people who came here legally. Also,
if they're doing that, then that's a mistake, and we got to correct that. They are, but I don't. I think. Look, let's cut to the chase. Do you want to win or do you want to be angry? That's what it comes down to. What you're doing is not winning in Ohio. Ohio's gone. Remember,
lying to voters.
We'll be
worth it.
Pennsylvania is gone. It's over. You're not going to get.
We'll be the judge of that.
Let's see. We're going to see in the next presidential election. Pennsylvania's gone. I think Michigan. I think Wisconsin's gone. I think Michigan. Probably.
Predictions are odious.
And maybe North Carolina goes to you guys. Okay, we're going to give you we'll trade North Carolina.
Bottom line is,
do you want to win? You got to. If you want to win, and not.
I mean, yeah. What we want to have here is a conversation, not listen to you all day long.
No, I just go ahead.
Fossil fuel.
Predictions are odious.
Whatever, until they come true. Then suddenly they
or until they don't.
Right. Keep smoking and you'll die of cancer. Oh, predictions are odious. Okay, hey, you got cancer. Oh, that was, look, do you want to win or do you want to be angry? It comes down to that. If you want to be angry, be honest with yourself. Hey, I want to be angry.
Well, you're the one angry.
Not at all. Why am I angry? I'm loving it.
You're angry at all these people you don't even know.
No, I'm not. No,
That's all you've been talking about.
You are. The law is the law. If you break the law, I'm sorry. You got.
That's just a smoke screen.
And the punishment in this case is deportation. Sorry.
By the way, speaking of crime, Washington D.C.
Trump is talking.
Well, when you don't break the law, then come back and talk about it. But you do it every day, and you know you do it. So don't lie about it.
Out to dinner, they're going out
because there's not anybody on this thing that doesn't break a law.
With or without you, nothing's going to
I
happen.
break those laws every day. I mean, I'm paying my taxes.
And yes, I called in the National
Park
Guard.
my car in the right space.
The National Guard took care of business, and they weren't politically correct, but they took care of business.
You guys are focused on the wrong thing.
1,700 career criminals out, brought them back to where they came from, the countries where they came from.
Oh, you can't win the one argument, so you want
Washington,
the other
D.C.
argument. You're going to tell us how to do things politically.
Well, folks, it's been fun, but I got to go.
We'll have dinner
I mean, I don't know how you can.
And
how
we'll be
you
able
can
to walk. We don't have to go by an
the popular vote by 2 points
vehicle.
and
We'll
say
walk
you
right
own
over
the
there
country.
from the White House.
Talk shit.
Giving up their
it was the greatest victory.
powerful edge. A lot of the countries that we're talking about
We
in oil and gas.
It was a close race.
Closing the great North Sea oil.
To get you guys all pissed off.
So well.
Probably.
Aberdeen was
this will fuck with them. They'll
the
be
oil
all
capital
while
of Europe.
I
And there's
implement
tremendous oil that hasn't been found in the
Well, I'll
North
tell
Sea.
you what. Let's talk about the vote a
I
minute.
was with the Prime Minister.
I love the fact that you're doing the immigration stuff.
Essentially,
Trump's losing that
by
one
making it
in the
so
polls.
highly
Fox poll, 65% of the American people don't like what the fuck he's doing.
Okay, great. We'll find out. I disagree. I think, and don't forget,
You know,
it's important.
so now you can disagree, but that's 65%. And you want to talk voting and what we're going to end up doing, and what's good and what's bad. Well, Trump is sitting here doing stuff that's hurting your base. It's losing you the margin votes you need to maintain whatever the heck you want Trump to do.
Okay. I don't want to interrupt. I want you to say, make your complete point. We can agree. We're talking presidential politics or national politics. Sure. People in North Philadelphia are against. That's already going. That's going 90% for the Democrat. You got to worry about presidential plan. You got to worry about Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. That's it. If you lose them,
and you're losing.
And I think
you're losing those suburban votes. You have to have to win.
I disagree.
You'll get the 80 to 90% of the rural. You'll get just like the Democrats will get the 80 to 90% of the urban black and urban liberal vote.
I think a lot less. I think,
and it all goes down into the suburbs, and you're losing them.
Right. I disagree. I believe
you can disagree all you want.
I believe
but the polls say you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Good. We're going to find out on election day. That's the beauty of it all. We're going to find out on election day. And
so
you're going to
really nothing we can do about that today.
You're going to be able to come to say, Tony, you were wrong. And I'll be the first one to say, hey, I was wrong. I thought we were really killing. Okay, we got to change up gear.
But of course, their country's fortunes and giving those same countries no chance for success.
Thank you.
You don't get away from this green scam.
I believe,
your country is going to fail.
Pennsylvania is
And
now
I'm
a
really
red
good at
state.
predicting
Pretty solid.
things.
Like what happened with
They
Ohio.
actually said
you
during the
know?
campaign, they had a hat.
You do realize
The
Trump
bestseller
only
hat,
won
Trump was
Pennsylvania
right
by,
about everything.
I think it
And I
was
don't say
it was
that in a
under
braggadocious way, but
2%.
it's
I
true.
mean, it was like
I've been right about
1.6%.
Right. And Mitt Romney lost.
That's how close Pennsylvania was. I mean,
Pennsylvania's changing.
it was not a blowout.
Yeah, I understand that.
The country
But
is going
change
to
it. Hey,
fail.
he won by less.
I don't think he would do any better than that now.
You've never seen before.
What do you
that have
think about
nothing
the
in common with,
Epstein
your
file?
country is going to fail.
It's irrelevant. It's
I'm
bullshit.
the president of the United States.
I'm not
That's
worried about
convenient.
Europe. I love Europe. I love
You know
the
what?
people of
I
Europe.
always come back to this.
And I hate to
This
see
man talking
it
all
being
this
devastated by
greatest and I'm the
energy
best.
and
You're not curious about it?
population.
He's hold on, let me see. He's here for 3.5 years. That's it. Unless he does something gross, something grossly wrong. He's here. Deal with it because what
What
you
if he's
got
already
next,
done something gross?
what you got next is far more powerful. Vance, come from nothing. Come from nothing, from a mid-northern state. Forget Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. He's got them. He's a highly educated lawyer. Went to Yale. Come from nothing. And he's much more.
I don't think he's got the charisma to get the MAGA vote.
He's much more articulate than Trump, and he's much more.
I don't think he has the. I don't think he can get the MAGA vote.
Got a white of color. He doesn't need the MAGA vote. He'll get the left of center vote.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh yeah,
okay.
he'll get the Cuomo vote. He's got a wife of color, as we always on about that. The wife, I got a wife of color. So
yeah, which somehow the MAGA never
my wife of
mentions
color is
her.
30 years younger than I am, so we have more fun. Not sexually speaking, but hey, we can go out and ride bikes. I mean, well, they're young. Anyway, point. You're losing the middle of center vote. You're losing the left of center people, the Bill Clinton people. Bill
I'm
Clinton
glad
is
we
running
settled that.
party. Bill Clinton.
I mean, this vote you keep talking about. Democrats lost by less than 2%. I mean, it was like 1.5%.
Follow the trend.
In a blowout.
Is trending more and more red. It's going to be more red next time.
Where do you see that? I mean, what proof is there of
an
that?
election? I mean, who won the Senate? Who won the Senate race last 2 years? Less than 2 years.
Less than 2 points. I mean, that's the thing. These are not blowouts you're talking about. You're making it sound like blowouts.
Your message is not resonating with middle American voters. Yeah, in the ghettos, maybe. I live in the ghetto. I live in Camden, New Jersey. Okay.
See that?
People are talking about like, hey, but I'm here. I'm living it. When people like in Swanksville, mainline Pennsylvania, yeah, but you got to understand the plight of the black. Hey, motherfucker. I live in Camden, New Jersey. Grew up here. This is considered one of the worst fucking cities in the whole country to live in. I'm living right downtown in it. Okay, been here since 1967. So I got to take a little issue when I hear people telling me how bad things are in the community I live in.
By the way,
Jersey. Huh?
It's nonsense.
Camden, New Jersey. Look it up.
It's interesting. In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists. And they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable.
It doesn't make any
difference.
But
we have a border, strong.
Good.
And we have a shape. And that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous when it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air, the cleanest air we've had in many years.
Go to Cairo.
Is that other countries,
Funny how 4 years ago it wasn't clean.
which has air that's a little bit rough,
Trump, he fucking exaggerates
it blows.
Yeah, it's called
And no
blind.
matter what you're doing down here, the air up here,
This is him.
it can get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where the air isn't so clean.
Like the
And
policy.
the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that. Same thing with garbage. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage right into the ocean.
That says a lot.
And over about a 1 week and 2 week journey,
I mean, I see the
it
clips that are
flows
you present me with
right past Los Angeles. You've seen it. Massive amounts of garbage, almost too much to do anything about. Flowing past Los Angeles, past San Francisco. And then somebody will get in trouble because he dropped a cigarette on the beach.
That's
The
true.
whole thing
Believe me.
is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
The primary effect of these green energy policies
He's rather true.
Yeah, let's
not
go
only
back to eating the
help
dogs.
the
Let's do
environment,
that.
They got
to redistribute
from my list, we got it.
manufacturing and industrial activity from developed countries that follow
big no smoking sign.
insane rules that are put down
It's outside.
to polluting countries that break the rules and are making a fortune. They're making a fortune. European electricity bills are now 4 to 5 times
Correct.
more expensive than those in China, and 2 to 3 times higher than the United States.
Has
And our
anybody
bills
here-
are coming way down.
has
You
anybody
probably
here
see
saw a
that.
graph last night on
The
our
gasoline
electric
prices are
bills.
way down. You know, we have
Has
an
anybody here
expression,
been to China?
drill, baby, drill, and that's
It's
what
not
we're
low.
doing.
It's unbelievable.
We're going to be much lower in a year from
I
now.
was told it's going to be my
But they've
eyes
come
are
way
watering
down
at
over
the
the
end of
last
I went to
year.
Shanghai. It's unbelievable.
As a result, every air conditioner is like very uncommon to see one in some of these countries because the electric cost is so high. So while the U.S. has approximately 1,300 heat-related deaths annually, that's a lot, Europe loses more than 175,000 people to heat deaths each year because the costs are so expensive you can't turn on an air conditioner. What is that all about? That's
I
not
can't wait
Europe.
to see the
That's
fact
not the
checking.
Europe
I
that I
don't
love and
listen to
know.
this shit anymore. 100 million people are going to yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
global warming.
because he's a liar.
The entire globalist concept of
That's
making successful
unfair.
industrialized nations to
Considered a
inflict
liar. I
pain on
consider it more
themselves
puffery and him
and
talking about
radically
the greatest
disrupt their entire societies must be rejected completely
guys, now,
and totally.
I
and it
mean,
must
I
be
just don't know how
immediate.
you can defend.
That's why in
you
America
don't
I
even
withdrew
listen.
from
Some
the
of this stuff's
fake
not
Paris
not
climate
dumb, it's
accord,
pure like
dumb.
where, by the way,
I'm not
America
pure.
was
You know
paying
what I
so
mean?
much
And he's
more than
definitely not
every
pure.
country.
I leave being pure and sane
Others
with
weren't
you guys.
paying. China didn't have to pay until
I don't consider it
2030.
lying. I
Russia
consider
was
him
given an
going
old
out talking
standard that
shit.
was
Like,
easy
those
to
are the
meet.
greatest, you know, like we talk in corner here on campus.
1990 standard.
So
But for the
climate
United
change is a
States, we're
con
supposed to
job.
pay like $1 trillion.
I agree with that.
And
no
I
evidence.
said, this is another scam.
The world, you know.
The fact is, the United States has been taken advantage of by
claim
the
you don't
world for
watch
many,
Fox.
many years, but not any longer, as you probably noticed.
Statistics.
I
You know what I mean?
unleashed massive
Al Gore
energy
told me
production and signed
Miami
historic
was
executive
underwater
orders
25 years ago.
to hunt
I'll be underwater.
for oil. But we
Okay.
don't have to do much hunting because we have the most oil of any nation anywhere, oil and gas in the world. And if you add coal, we have the most of any nation in the world. Clean, I call it clean, beautiful coal. You can do things today with coal that you couldn't have
this
done
is
10 years
embarrassing.
ago, 15 years.
What's that?
So I have a little standing order in the White House.
Looking at his
Never use the word
speech,
coal, only use the
the way
words
he's presenting
clean,
it,
beautiful coal.
this is
Sounds much
an
better, doesn't it?
embarrassing performance.
But we
by
stand
a
ready to
president.
provide any country with
I mean,
abundant
this is
affordable
probably
energy
the most
supplies if you need
embarrassing
them, when most of you
performance
do.
I've ever seen a
We're proudly
president
exporting
do.
energy all
We've
over
had
the
some
world. We're
pretty,
now the largest
pretty
exporter. In the
embarrassing
United States,
people
we
out
want
there.
trade and robust commerce.
You want to be angry or
all
do you
nations,
want
everybody.
Pretty much.
We want to help nations.
You
We're going
know,
to help nations.
if he
But
was,
it must also be
if he
fair
was
and
in charge of
reciprocal.
himself
The challenge with trade is
back
much
in the day,
same with
he would have
climate.
fired himself.
The countries that
He would
follow
not put
the
up with
rules,
this kind of a
all the
performance out of
countries
his
have been
underling.
plundered.
This year,
Really, it's
I traveled to Australia.
That's
I
embarrassing.
traveled to Indonesia. I
broken.
traveled to
They've
India.
been broken by
I
countries
traveled
that
to Jerusalem.
break
I
the
traveled
rules.
to United Arab Emirates.
That's
I
why the
traveled
United
to
States is
Italy
now
and
applying
Greece.
tariffs
Trump is
to
very
other
popular.
countries.
Trump is very
And much
popular.
as these
we
tariffs
haven't
were
heard this
for many years applied to
we
us.
haven't heard this
Uncontrollably
Come
applied
on.
to us.
Yeah.
We've used tariffs as a defense
All that tells me
mechanism
is that's the
under
circles
the
you
Trump
move in.
administration, including my
Are we
first
world
term, where
citizens here?
hundreds
It
of
doesn't
billions
mean
of dollars
it
in
doesn't
tariffs
tell
were
me
taken.
that you're
I
By the
say
way,
out
we
there
had the
talking to
lowest
real
inflation,
people.
and now we have
50-50
very low
popular
inflation.
in Australia.
The only thing
But
different
in
is that we have
India,
hundreds of billions of dollars
70%
flowing into
popular.
our country.
In Dubai,
But
popular.
this is how we will
60-70%.
ensure
He's
that
real
the
popular.
system works for
Israel,
everyone and
obviously going to
is
be popular.
sustainable into the
But
future.
Greece and Italy.
We're
They're
also
tariffs
using tariffs to
in
defend
Italy
our
especially. That
sovereignty
new
and
prime minister
security
they
throughout the world, including against nations
illegal
that have taken
immigration. He's doing
advantage
it.
of former
They're not playing
U.S.
games.
administrations for
They
decades,
support it.
including
Like, hey, we're tired of these people. They're non-productive.
most-
They don't want to assimilate. Fuck them. You know, it's tough. I've been in the world, you know.
in history.
Brazil,
Brewster.
I think he's popular 60-70% down there. I haven't been there. I'll go down in January, see what the word is.
Response to it,
But like I said, let the theme of this whole conversation be,
the rights and freedoms
yeah, Trump says a lot of stupid shit. I agree with you. He's dumb. I don't consider it lying as much. You could say, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's here for 3.5 more years. If he lies, it's not impeachable. It's not going to, I mean, But do you want to be angry or do you want to win? And
I think they go together.
You got to move towards this.
You really think it's that simple?
Well, we're going to find out. That's the beauty of it. Come election day, somebody's going to win.
That's my biggest problem.
Angry
with
or win?
What's that?
Angry or win?
I agree. I think that's it. Yeah. Do you want to be angry? Because
two choices.
Yeah, I mean, being angry at Trump and
No, see
everything he says is not winning.
I think anger wins. That's
Okay,
what.
great. This is beautiful.
I
think work for the MAGA people.
Great. Let's see. I don't think it's good. I love it. I think anger wins. Excellent. You're doubling down on it. Hey, anger was last election too, right? So there is a
that's what won.
I don't think so.
Was anger at immigrants
and this
anger
is where,
at woke. This anger at transgenders
in a friendly way.
That was anger is what won.
Hey, let's get betting on it. I bet.
I mean, you gotta get something straight. You know, the loudest person isn't right.
I got it. Yeah. I'm not saying it is. I speak loudly on my voice cuts. I grew up in a family of theatrical actors, so I learned how to project my voice very, very much. So I could speak much more clearly. But look, like I said, you believe anger wins. I love it. And you know what? You might be right. I might be wrong.
It's what won. It's how Trump won.
We might all
Trump
be
ran
right.
one of the angriest campaigns I've ever seen.
We're going to see.
In
I say anger is losing in this.
Might all be wrong.
Here's a good question. I think a good barometer will be New Jersey election for governor. We got a good candidate in. I live in New Jersey. I'm going to vote for him, but he's a good candidate. He's got a pretty, not a far left of center, but moderate left of center candidate. New Jersey's a rock solid blue state. If a Republican wins, is that a barometer on like, hey, maybe we need to change up a little bit in your mind?
Yeah, the two in the off years.
You're saying he doesn't have a chance.
What's that, Sturge?
Who do you
My people in Jersey are saying he doesn't have a chance.
Okay, great. That's beautiful.
Not even a small.
That's the beauty of elections. If he loses, I'm going to be on here saying, "Hey, I was wrong. I thought he really could."
Well, you're getting blown out in Virginia right now.
I don't know. What are the polls saying? I'm surprised at that. I thought that woman would be good.
54 Democrats, 54%.
Yeah, but you talk about Trump lying. Hey, come on, 54% ain't a blowout, dude. Yeah, I mean, hey.
Oh yeah,
Neither 48.
A 12-point. The Democrats got a 12-point lead in this Virginia governor's race. If you want to talk about bellwethers.
According to which poll, we got to look at that. Likely voter poll, or some. I think.
I guarantee you, they picked a horrible candidate.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know the poll, so I'm not really qualified to talk anything about either New Jersey. I haven't followed them. I just think that.
Well, it is true. I mean, in the political science of this all, in the off year, as they're called, Virginia and New Jersey governor's races can be bellwethers, and
right.
In both cases, I don't see
So if
I don't see any surge for the Republicans.
I don't. Yeah, I think it might happen. Let's see. I think people are gonna. And look, if there's any time for losing, it's these elections for Republicans. Okay, we lost these. Let's rejigger our message a little bit and get and go into the midterms and kick some ass. I think here's a question I've asked some of my liberal friends, because it's more of we're focusing on Trump. Who's the candidate that can beat J.D. Vance in 2028? All things being equal.
I think a lot of people are just getting sick of Republicans.
Trump is gone. Forget Trump in 2028.
Well, I mean, Sarah's trying to answer you.
Okay, no, he said I think a lot of people are sick of. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who can beat Vance?
I just think a lot of people are sick of Republicans.
That's not an answer to my question, though. Who is your Democratic candidate that can beat Vance?
What difference?
I think he's saying any of them.
Name one. Vance is a smarmy pony.
Yeah,
he comes across that way. Once you put him out on the camera, he looks like he's lying.
You're not going to win with that, dude. The man to come from nothing, trailer park trash.
It's all image, and he cannot do the image.
I disagree. I thought
he looks like a person that you would not loan your car to him because you know he'd get drunk and wreck it.
Okay,
and that's what he looks like.
And my evidence I cite on that is
image.
We thought he was going to do real bad in the debate. Oh, it's going to be terrible. He came off great. People are like, hey, he's really kind of likable guy. That's not, if you think, but still, my question has not been answered.
His numbers weren't that great in that debate.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna beat him? What, the governor of California, Newsom? I don't think so. Who you got?
Newsom will beat him. Walz will beat
You want to win or be angry?
Shapiro will beat him.
Who?
You know. Let's see. Who's the guy in Illinois? Pritzker. He'll beat him. I mean,
dude, I got money. I got money on that. I got money on that right now.
And they'll win.
What? That ain't gonna happen. You guys are
now try out a woman, they'll lose. But you know,
far deep into it, man. That guy's not. The only chance you kind of had was maybe the guy from Maryland, the black guy. Okay, it's possible. Maybe Shapiro, but Shapiro can't get the nomination. He's Jewish. 30-40% of your party is anti-Jew. They don't like Jews. Hey,
the nations of the world.
For Jewish. That's what
no, they aren't.
Free Palestine, and this guy's.
They are not anti-Jewish.
So, I don't know. You guys are in deep shit. That's the way it's perceived, and I believe. Hey, gang, I got to roll. I got to teach a class. I got a Brazilian dermatologist. Anybody need Botox injections? Oh, she's great. She's an international speaker for Allergan. She goes all over the world demonstrating live injections for Allergan. Juliana Yep is her name. She's in Salvador. She studies English with me, and basically, I'm not even her English teacher. Her English is great. I'm her presentation coach. Tell her how to. Oh, there's that.
Send me a clip of your band.
It's on YouTube.
Well, that's what I mean. Send me a link.
All right, I'll send one. Like I said, I'd love to be talking more, but I gotta make some money. Like I said, do you want to be angry or do you want to win? I think the way you're on the course you're on is being angry. It's winning. I might be wrong.
I'm angry, and that's how you win. Anger is what drives votes.
I love it. You know what? I love absolute, like Frank upfront states. I think anger is winning. Excellent. And you might be right, and I might be wrong. I'm totally open to that possibility.
I'm just telling you, that's how Trump won. That was the angriest message I ever saw in a presidential candidate.
I don't know. I mean,
he demonized everything from Mexicans to transgender.
Most of us aren't really angry. I'm not a MAGA guy. Look, I supported Nikki Haley in the primaries. I thought Haley. I think Miles might have told that. Haley Rubio was unbeatable. You would not be unbeatable. You're not going to come anywhere close. We would have won 65.
See that? What I don't understand is, now that tells me you're a pretty traditional conservative Republican.
No,
sounds
I'm
like
about winning.
I know, but what I'm saying is Trump is fooling you guys into creating an anti-free market government.
It's like this.
That is an antithesis of what traditional Republican values are. I mean,
I'm not a
tariffs
purist.
alone show that.
I would rather win with a little watered down conservatism than lose with the full on. And that's why I don't think where you guys are. That's why I think you're losing. Is you're like, it's got to be full on anti-Trump, full on.
We're about to win two. We're about to win two governor's races. I don't think we're losing.
We'll see. I think the New Jersey thing is looking real good for us. I don't know diddly about what's going on in Virginia. From my understanding, you're closer to that than I am. I think New Jersey very well might go Republican this time. If it does, that should be a wake up call.
Yeah, I've heard that from Republicans since the Reagan years.
Yeah,
and they actually did.
And I got some answers for you. Christine Whitman and Fat Boy, whatever his name, Chris Christie.
Yeah, and where is she now? They threw her out of your party.
Both of them reelected, right? No, Trump is.
Yeah, your party threw her out.
I think our party is going to be rock solid conservative. That's where Trump is. We're going even farther right, which is amazing because this guy was like,
someday you Republicans are going to figure out he's not a Republican.
I thought Trump, I didn't vote for Trump in 2016. I voted for the Libertarian candidate because I thought, what's the difference? Hillary, Trump, they're friends. He's left of center guy. He's not a conservative. I was totally shocked. I mean, and now he's
New Jersey's Republican problem is most of New Jersey is New York City now.
Yeah, a large part of it. Yeah, large.
But everybody I know that lived in New York has moved to New Jersey.
Yeah, yeah. Well, why?
And they kept their New York attitude.
True, and that's why that's what happened. That's what same thing. North Carolina. Everyone, hey, it's great down here. We got okay, great. Even Tennessee, but what you're sacrificing in those cases is Pennsylvania, New Jersey. They're going. The trend for these states is more red. Let's see. I don't think New York's going to flip red next election. Although Vance is going to be tough. I'm telling you guys, you should be focusing on him. Trump is here. You're going to have to deal with him. You should be figuring out who we're going to run against Vance. I don't think he has the nomination.
First of all, you've got to win the MAGA vote now to win the Republican nomination because they've taken over the party. And Vance, I don't think Vance has the charisma to win the MAGA vote.
Disagree.
I think I would say Hawley has a better chance at that vote.
Yeah, I like Hawley. He's good, but I think Vance is next. And look, if my real preference would be Rubio. I think Rubio is great.
He cannot win the MAGA vote.
Rubio is a lost cause.
Yeah, but Rubio can win the left to center, but he can win the Bill Clinton vote. And there,
you're talking about a general election. I'm saying to win the nomination in 2028, you have to win the MAGA vote. You have to, because that's all that's left.
Got to win the Maxine Waters vote. That's a little extreme, but they got to win the Mondami vote.
The problem for any Republican running the next presidential campaign is the same problem Dukakis had in '88. Is they will have to kiss ass so hard with the wing nuts that when it comes to trying to get back to the middle and win the election, there'll be too many video clips out there.
Yeah, there are going to be lots of video clips for everybody all around. But look at this. We're watching.
Yeah, but the Democrats can easily go to the center because
I don't think so.
Their wing nuts are gonna have to sit down and be quiet, and they know
it. Do you think?
Because it's just like you said, they want to win. You think you want to win?
Hey.
Everybody wants to win.
Look, I'm seeing Charlie Kirk.
It will be a Bill Clinton election, which means it'll be centrist. It'll be focused on where the votes are, which is the suburbs, and it will be quietly going back to the African American, to the liberals, and say, just hold on. You know who we are.
Yep.
And the Republicans can't do that because they have to kiss ass on the mega vote. And there will be so many clips, and it will be played nonstop on every social media in every suburb in America.
I mean, J.D. Vance called Trump Hitler. That's going to be played over and over again in the nomination race.
No problem. That's 6 years ago. Doesn't matter. I mean, look, J.D. Vance called Trump Hitler.
It'll matter.
Trump won in 2024, so obviously MAGA wasn't that revolted by it.
That's why I think Hawley has a better shot. He's never said a cross word about Trump.
I like Hawley. He's good, but he's not bringing middle America. We need Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, and then it's all over. And keep what we have. Of course, we're going to lose North Carolina, and that okay, great. We give up North Carolina. I'm not worried about that. Maybe even Georgia. I don't know. We'll see about that. I want Wisconsin, and that's
we're getting ahead of our skis here.
Yeah, we are too, of course. But hey, I always like. Somebody told me today predictions are bullshit. Yeah, like today predictions are hogwash or whatever. Hey, okay, well, doctor says keep smoking. I predict you're going to get lung cancer. Well, then when it comes, it doesn't seem like bullshit. You know what I mean? So, look, be angry and lose. Get off of Trump and start focusing on your new enemy or your political adversary.
I just don't. I'm not buying that construct because what we saw in 2024 is angry won. Trump was the angriest candidate I've ever seen.
We're going to get to see.
He demonized everything from Haitians to transgender. I mean, you can't tell me angry doesn't win because that's what won for Donald Trump.
I'm not, but what works for one side doesn't necessarily work for the other. Hey, orange juice is great for folks living in Florida doesn't mean orange juice is great for people living in Mumbai, India. Gotta go. My students telling me, come on, let's get it. I'll be back. I love these conversations. But you guys think
What's your YouTube?
A little bit of time to
send us your YouTube.
Okay, I'll send you the thing. It's Classic Stones Live. I'll find it. But right now, this woman, like I said, she's a high-powered doctor. She delays. We set
All right.
a lot of time. She says, "Hey, can give me 20 minutes." So I got credit with her. All right, later. Ciao.
All right. Well, Sturgis, he's run everybody off but you and me.
Yeah. I just trying to at his YouTube. I wanted to see what a Rolling Stones cover band looks like.
Yeah, I was curious too. Actually, somebody wrote in comments here, Stones tribute band, Trump fan, kind of a disconnect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Netanyahu's own leadership, some of the former leaders, they say
that is kind of a disconnect.
Prime Minister is not prioritized.
I think I'll go tell folks. I'll say our maggot man has left now. You can come back.
Maggot man has left the building. Thank you very much.
Well, well, of course, the thing about it's that absolutism that just drives me crazy about these folks. Is
angry or win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so ignorant in a way. I mean, it's what is the calling card of the MAGA movement is everything's reduced to absolutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm absolutely going to depart now.
Okay. All right. It was a ride.
Yeah. See you later.
All right. I think we'll end up here with a little thing from the Lincoln Project. Because I want to get back to the Epstein story pretty soon because we've been away from it for a while and it's going to come back. And the Lincoln Project did a pretty rough little YouTube ad here. And play that as we go out.
Hey, Donald, it's been a minute. We wanted to drop in and let you know the Epstein cover-up isn't working. You know why, right? It's not you. It's your team. Pam Bondi, you might think she looks hot, but she's really screwed up this cover-up. Kash Patel, he put 1,000 FBI agents on the Epstein files. Agents who read everything about you. Every mention, every secret. That's 1,000 people who can ask your secrets. Oops. Dan Bongino, he saw what was there. And now he's a loose cannon. Ready to leak. Ready to blow. Todd Blanche, his interview with Ghislaine Maxwell backfired. But you're too dumb to understand yet. Mike Johnson, he told people you were a snitch for the FBI. That didn't go well, did it? Carolyn Levitt, she's no Sarah Huckabee Sanders, is she? Thinner, sure, but dumb by a long shot. You know no one believes her. Your team is falling, Donald. No one buys the files. Even your own people know you're covering up something dark, something evil. You've tried everything to escape, but Jeffrey Epstein hurts you. All the women he abused, all the children he trafficked, all the girls he raped. Were you there, Donald? Did you watch? Participate? Did you hear their screams? Or did you cause them? You're covering up the Epstein files. But no one can cover up that forever.
Okay, I'm Lady Mau Mau, Craig's built-in emergency brake. If this wasn't enough for you, sign up for the newsletter. It's free, it's thoughtful, and it occasionally makes sense.